Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Exploding Baby Kangaroo podcast. I am your host, Tired Joey, followed by my co-host here, KABOOM.
Hello, everyone.
All right. So, how you doing today, KABOOM?
I woke up at 9 in the morning today. That is how I feel.
I don't. What time did you go to bed last night?
Literally after you got off, which is like around 3 a.m. I got a fat whop of 6 hours of sleep.
I mean, I kind of. What did I? I think I woke up around the same time. Like, no, 10. I definitely woke up at 10. I woke up not hearing an alarm because obviously we were worried about me being awake for this.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thing as well.
Yeah, I called out to Alexa. I was like, Alexa, what time is it? And, it only told me that it was like 10. I was like, all right, good. I didn't oversleep. And then it was just a whole lot of sitting by and waiting for you to get on after that.
Yeah, I kind of woke up like at 9 and I was like debating whether to go back to bed, but then I was like, I'm just going to stay up and maybe wake myself up a bit. And then I took a little bit of a nap, like 30 minutes, and then I woke up at around, I would say, 11:45, and then I kind of just hopped on after that.
Took a nap after waking up.
Yeah, because when I
think
get
at that point, it's just going back to sleep.
it kind of is, but for me, I have like a weird sleep schedule because here's why. I get migraines when I only get 6 hours of sleep. It's so fucking weird. It's very, very hard for me to sleep as well. Unless I take, like, I don't know. What's that one drug called? That sleeping one.
Oh, you mean the like over the counter one you can get? Melatonin?
Yeah, melatonin. That's the one. When I take that, but I don't have any melatonin. I need to buy some more. But yeah, usually 6 hours is not really good for me. It just means I'm gonna have a very shitty day.
Problems staying asleep, or?
Kinda, to be honest. Like there are nights where it fucking sucks while I'm like tossing and turning, and have my eyes closed, but I'm consciously awake the entire time.
Yeah,
and it
you
just
know what? For us to be able to fall asleep, our brain actually has to like cool down by a few degrees. A good way to kind of like get your body into doing that without just like sitting there and tossing and turning. If you take like a hot bath or shower beforehand, and then because when you do that, all of the kind of blood, it kind of rushes to the surface of your body, and you're very warm at that point. And then when you get into bed, your body it like lets out all of that heat really rapidly because you're cooling down very fast. It cools down your body quickly, and then you could fall asleep a lot faster. I've done that a few times over the past month just to help me fall asleep.
That is true. I do take a hot shower before I go to bed.
Yeah, dude, that'll knock your bitch ass out.
I either eat food or I just take like a really nice shower.
I try not to eat before I go to sleep as much as possible. I heard that's bad to do.
Oh, it 100% is bad, especially when you're trying to lose the weight. It's not good.
Well, plus your body's like, it's probably burning all that shit after you eat, and so your body's like active at that point, so it's a little bit harder for you to fall asleep, I'm sure.
It's 50-50 with my body. My body's very weird.
Yeah, it is. Little weird bodied man.
Hey, shut up. We do have some topics that we're going to talk about. I have my personal topics. I don't know if you bought your topics if you want to talk.
Once the idea in my head fell through of the topic that I had already originated, I tried looking on fucking trending on Twitter, but I didn't find anything that would be
You didn't find
interesting
anything
to talk about because it was mainly like politics shit, and I was like, ew.
You didn't find the Plow World stuff?
The what?
The Pal World stuff that's going on?
Oh, I mean, yeah, we could talk about that.
About how Twitter is just like blowing up about it?
Well, yeah, because everyone's like, even Nintendo's gotten involved in saying that it's like they're gonna investigate it now, thinking that it's like copyright, you know?
Isn't that just for the mod though? I know somebody modded Pokemon characters into Pal World.
Yeah. Um,
I think
I
that's
don't
what
think
they're
that
going after.
I don't know if Nintendo can do anything about that unless that mod creator is making money off of that. Because
I
if you
don't
just
think
make something for free and put it out to the world, as long as you're not making money off of it, I don't know if there's much they could do. But also, I don't know.
I'm always assuming that mods are free.
Usually, yeah. I
You know,
think
you
you
look
could
at the
support mod creators, but they do it in a way as like you're donating to them. You're not paying for that product, because if you're paying for that product, then they'd be making money, and then it would be able to be copyright striked because they're making money off someone else's IP.
So, what did the creators of? Oh no, wait, don't they own that? Of what's that one game that they also parodied off of?
That who parodied off of?
Pokemon made, you know, I forgot the name of that game. God damn it. Dragon something, Dragon Quest.
Pokemon made Dragon Quest?
No, did
Talking about
Nintendo
Game
make?
Freak?
No, did Nintendo make Dragon Quest?
I don't even know what Dragon Quest is, brother.
I am gonna look it up real quick. In the meantime, while I look this up, who created Dragon Quest? I believe that's the name of it. What are your opinions on Smite 2?
Smite 2. Obviously we have a lot of time in the original Smite. I think I'm at like 4,000 hours, which honestly, seeing other people's playtime in other games, not as large as some that can be, but I put in a lot of hours into that game.
We put way more than that into it. We put a lot of money into it.
Well, I didn't talk about money. I said hours.
Mm.
I don't think, like, in terms of, I don't know if I've actually spent that much money. I think I might be able to look back and find out, but I would definitely say I've spent under, for the 10 years we played it, under $3,000.
You spent $3,000. Holy shit! I think I
under
$3,000. Okay,
yeah,
I think
that's
I'm
over 10 years.
That is true. I've probably spent just about the same underneath that $3,000. I probably spent like, I don't know, probably like 1,500 on those skins.
Yeah, because most of the time when you're buying those really expensive gem packs, you're getting them on sale.
Especially Odyssey skins. Those skins are the best. I remember back in 2016 when the Anubis one got announced, and I was just like, I have to buy this.
It's like T5.
Yeah, it's T5, the
Or
Odyssey
like Demon one.
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
It's probably one of like I think the best in my opinion. And then they came out with the fucking robot one. Well, it's just the last phase of the T5, and everyone thought that was skin was it. Using that skin was shit. It's honestly not good.
It does look really goofy, but yeah, overall, I'm pretty excited about it. I feel like they're giving the players a lot more freedom to kind of play who and however they want, no matter kind of what role they're in. And so I enjoy that little bit of freedom that they've added in there, and I'm kind of excited just for the game to look pretty. Um, most of the time graphics, they don't matter per se, but I definitely do enjoy them.
That is true. Are they changing anything else to it? Are they changing like the minions in it? I know CJ mentioned that they're gonna be they're gonna change something, like the pathings of the minions.
I definitely do think there is some changes happening with the minions. I just don't know what they are. I haven't really like looked too much into it other than seeing kind of like watching half of the reveal trailer, but that's about it.
There hasn't been any new news that came out about it. We just got the Legacy Divine Legacy in regular Smite at the moment, which is a bunch of skins transferring over. Honestly, the game looks pretty good. It looks good wise, but we're hoping that it doesn't end up as a flat thing.
Well, even if it doesn't like do well initially, or there's some things that they have to fix and it's not as polished as we hope it is, it's they're not going to be pulling a CS2. The first Smite's still going to exist. So even if
Oh,
you don't like Smite 2, you could go back and play Smite.
I didn't know that. I thought it was so they're just releasing two different versions of Smite then.
No, regular Smite's staying the same. Probably, I don't know if they're probably gonna change the gameplay to match what Smite 2 is gonna be coming out. But for the most part, it's still going to exist as its own entity. All your skins are still gonna exist there. All of your stuff's gonna still exist there. It's just you're gonna be able to play either or.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people didn't like too with CS2 when it came out. Is like they didn't give them that choice, but I think they were worried with because on the release of CS:GO, obviously the release of that was absolute dog shit, and so a lot of people kept playing. I think it was like CS Source or whatever, and they didn't really switch over to CS:GO very quickly, and so that like investment didn't work out for them very well, and so they didn't want a repeat of that, you know. And
That is
so
true.
they just decided to get rid of CS:GO completely and just release CS2, which not a lot of people have been happy with.
To be fair, CS:GO had like a really long run. To be honest,
Oh
it had
yeah,
a.
that game was fucking lasting five ever.
Sorry to be breath there.
Your fucking lungs are
So,
collapsing in on themselves.
nah, that was last year, dog. That
That was the
whole.
end of last year. That was just a couple months ago, dude. You can't just say that was last year.
It was last year, to be fair.
I mean, technically, dude. But you're framing that deceivably.
All
I
right,
don't think that's a word.
To put the whole perspective of it, I was sick from August till probably the end of November.
Pneumonia head ass.
It wasn't just pneumonia.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
it's also being a bitch.
uh, being a bitch is not a disease. I look in the mirror, dog. I had
What
COVID
does
at
that mean?
first. What do you mean? What does that mean? Go look at the mirror. You're gonna see a bitch right now.
It's not a bitch, dude. That's a handsome boy, dude. That's what my mom said.
A handsome fucking bitch. All right. So I got sick with COVID. Uh, I got sick with the flu. I got sick with some I don't know butt fuck disease that I randomly get. Uh, and then was just coughing blood, a little bit of blood. I was kind of concerned, and I think I came home from work just coughing, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm going to the hospital." God damn! I went to the hospital at 3 a.m. I didn't get out until 9. But the doctor came in. She's like, "You have little bits of pneumonia in your lungs. So we're gonna put you on steroids. We're gonna put you on inhalers, and we're gonna put you on breathing treatments." I'm like, "Fuck!" And then they discharged me.
I feel like you've come a long way, dude. Didn't you used to hate going to the hospital?
Oh, that was because I didn't have insurance. But now, like, I recently, I recently went back to the hospital to get a nail removed,
Oh yeah,
and
dude. Your
that's all.
little ingrown nail boy.
Yeah, I'm a little ingrown nail boy. It's not my fault. It's genetics. I, it's 100% genetics. I've been told
So
that
then it is your fault, dude. That's your genetics.
well, I inherited the problem,
Yeah, dude.
but
That's the one
there
inheritance your dad gave you, huh?
there is a procedure to get that done. I'm just a fucking lazy piece of shit that is just
To like never get ingrown nails again?
yeah, there is a procedure to do it.
Well, what the fuck do they do?
From what I can tell, that my brother got it recently.
Your brother got it?
Yeah, he got it because he was also having
Oh,
the
your
same problems.
family. You have your whole family's struggling with the ingrowns, huh?
Dog. My great grandma has them. My grandma has them. My grandpa also has them. My mom and my aunt had them. Uh, and now my brother and I have them. So, it's pretty much genetics at this point. We got the bad end of the foot. But yeah, there is a procedure to have it removed. They just remove your whole nail, and the nail does not go back.
Oh my god. So your brother
Honestly,
has no toenails?
he's got toenails, just not on his big toe,
Ew.
because that's the problem that we're having.
That's kind of crazy. That would be. That's kind of gross, dude. I would never want to see your feet. Your little toenailless feet, dude.
I plan on not showing my feet. I plan on showing these
What
sexy
do you mean,
grippers.
dude? If this takes off, we need something to incentivize people to watch, dude.
You
Gotta
know
see
what?
the piggies.
All right, listen here, comment section. If this video gets like a thousand likes, you will see the grippers. I will show them on my Twitch.
Damn, dude, not even a face cam yet, but we get the grippers.
Yeah, you get the grippies first, chat. I mean, comment section. You get the. I'm so like stuck on streamer mode at the moment. I keep calling comment section chat.
You're dehumanizing these people.
True. I should probably stop doing that.
Those are human beings behind those numbers, KABOOM. And you're just dehumanizing them. They're just a hive mind in your face.
Twitter's a hive mind, to be honest.
Twitter is not a hive mind.
Have you seen the coinage?
It is a collection of
no, don't sit there and defend Twitter.
No, I'm not defending Twitter. I'm about to. It's a collection of. I can't say these words. It's not good. It's a bunch of stupid people speaking, dude. They've all been given mics. And they're just talking.
That's the one thing too. Do you think social media has like kind of like ruined the generations at this point?
I definitely think that social media is unhealthy. But I can't say that it's ruined anything because that instant access to information is incredibly important in my mind. Like people being able to be informed on what's going on, not only directly near them, but around the world. We're seeing people be able to organize on higher scales to be able to fight injustice, which is fantastic. And so there's a lot of fantastic aspects of social media, but we're also giving everybody a fucking voice. And some people don't have nice things to say, and that can affect other people. And obviously, you're like, you know, if you can't handle social media, then fucking get off social media, which I think a lot of people need to do. But a lot of people validate their lives through that too. So I can't really just tell anyone to stop doing something that validates themselves.
That is true. Well, what I believe about the social media is that I think it does help in some ways, but it's also at this point, I think it's more of a mental problem. Like a lot of people are having mental problems over social media.
Oh, absolutely.
Like mental breakdowns because of what this dude typed in a Twitter section. And
oh, 100%. I mean, hearing that you're a piece of shit, even if it's through text on, you know, the screen, you're going to start to think more about you being a piece of shit. That's just going to stick with you, and it's going to fucking lead to a whole bunch of mental health issues. You're going to start thinking you're a piece of shit more, and then like that's why I don't really post on social media at all. I just kind of consume content. And because nothing is directed at me, it's a lot more healthy of an experience in my mind. And obviously you kind of choose the content that you consume too. So it's not even like I don't have to watch anything I don't want to. I think I've really catered social media to not impact me mentally. You know what I mean?
that is true. And social media can also be very inspirational. I mean, look at what we're doing now. We were inspired by a few content creators to do this. My personal inspiration would probably be like Smitty.
Smitty?
Yeah.
Just like make content in general.
Yeah, to really make content, and yeah, really to make that. And all in all, just having a bad day, just go and watch a Smitty video. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you really, it's like you can really idolize that kind of that friendship that they have. And obviously this is like it's super parasocial, you know? And I think that his channel thrives off that because you want to be friends with them just as much as they're friends with each other. And I think that that's an essential part of how his content works. It just feels like a bunch of friends playing video games. Even if you're not playing directly with them, you're watching them like goof off and have fun. And that could be a real nice thing to experience because not a lot of people have friends to do that with, you know?
Yeah, we're lucky to get into the position that we all friend group here plays video games, and we all have some moments where we can all sit down, play a couple of games of Smite, CS, Apex, Siege, whatever we're feeling
Have some
on that
laughs.
day. Yeah, Warframe, we got our stuff back in Warframe, and we've been playing the shit out of Warframe this past week.
Yeah, we used to. I mean, when we were back when we were at little Xbox boys, we used to play that game heavy because that was a free game that we could play. You know, we were broken in high school, and we put in a lot of time then. And then we started getting into PCs, and it wasn't like a cross save type thing, so we didn't play it for a long time. But now they just released that. I think like last week and a half ago, and we've been playing the shit out of that.
I think I just got my stuff back on last Sunday, and I think I just took a break from streaming just to play that game again, and I've honestly just been enjoying it. I kind of took a vacation from doing a hobby to play a video game.
Which you should.
Oh, 100%. I think everyone, for me streaming wise, for me with Twitch is I after I'm done streaming, I go back and I look at my analytics, I look at the numbers, I look at all of the stuff that I'm doing wrong, and it's not healthy.
Not at all.
To do Twitch, it's just you have to have fun with it. You have to just do it.
Yeah.
Kinda.
There you have to find definitely at the beginning that healthy balance. I think what I've seen a consensus of a lot of those streamers that have made it over the past like couple of years. They're like at the beginning, just like stream a couple of hours, try and get some clips, take those clips and upload them to other sites like TikTok and YouTube Shorts, which is what I was talking to you about yesterday. That's like a really good way to help grow, get a lot more eyes on your content, because obviously Twitch does its best to not let anyone come up on its platform. It only cares about the people that have already made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very. I've been hearing the struggle of Twitch for like a good while now. Like the CEO is not really making any good decisions at the moment. One of my personal favorite accounts, Meat Canyon, got banned, and
Is that the guy that did the animations?
Yeah, he does the animations, and he's a very
Those things
funny
are
guy.
gross, dude. They are funny, but they're gross.
They are gross, but at the same time, it's very humorous to look at.
Did you used to like salad fingers when that thing was popular?
I think I was shown a video of that, and I was just like, "What is this?"
Robert showed me that before, dude. It's
Yeah,
weird.
That's my reaction to him. Robert showed me that video, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it's super weird.
It's very uncomfortable and unsettling to watch.
Oh yeah.
Watching them big old fingers rub up against that rusty spoon.
Obviously, none of these people know who Robert is. There might be a moment where he shows up on the podcast. Who knows? I mean, I'm definitely planning to have all of our friends on as guests, because this is like, our group is definitely more of a familial dynamic than just friends, you know? Well, at least that's how I view it. You're all like my brothers and sisters, you know?
We all met back in like the good old like 2016.
I came back to my hometown where that high school we went to was in 20, I think it would have been 2013 when school started, and then it would have like ended in 2014. Like I came back as a junior, and I had known a like mutual friend of me and Robert's. His name was Nick. I knew him from middle school. Like we hung out a lot in middle school. It was me, him, and a neighbor of mine. His name was Danny. We used to hang out in middle school. And when I came back to my hometown to go to that high school, I was texting him. I was like, "Hey man, it's been a long time," because he was one of my closest friends. I was like, "How you doing?" And then he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm hanging out." I think me and him hung out at lunch separately from like Robert and the rest of those guys that were there. And then he was like, "You want to come hang out, by where we hang out, like by the tree?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll come by." And I got there and it was a bunch of metalheads. And that was kind of intimidating because they were all like long hair. Robert looks scary as fuck.
I'm gonna be honest, Robert still intimidates me to this day. I do not want to make that man angry. I try my best to like be on his good side, even though like I don't really have to do that, because me and him are technically we're brothers at this point.
Yeah,
which is fantastic. I can say that.
I think you would have Like if you wronged him in any type of way, it wouldn't be when he was in high school. He was a lot more. He was a lot more scary to be around, but I never felt unsafe really around him. I always felt like even if he was a little scary, he still cared, you know, and he was very nice. Robert's always been very nice. But yeah, they were it was a bunch of intimidating metalheads with long hair and scary faces, you know? And I was just some like I think at that point I was an emo kid still. And so I was like, all right, my
Still
family has
are.
moved around a lot, like a lot throughout my life.
Oh, I've witnessed that.
Oh yeah, just in the time that like I've known you, I've even moved around a lot. But like the only time in like elementary school, that is the longest period of time where I was in one school. After that, I went to my family moved from that area where I went to elementary school to another area in the same city, but it was a different school district. And so that's when I went to the middle school we all went to. And I met, I think, Robert there initially when we were young. I didn't remember him back then because we didn't really interact too much, but we knew each other. And how we had first initially talked to each other was there was this joke that I told in middle school, and everyone like I think I heard it, saw it on the internet, and I told it to one person, and then I think that one person was like, "Oh, you was telling everybody, oh, you got to hear this joke," and and everyone kept asking me about the joke, and I kept like telling it to them, you know, and that's how I initially met Robert because he was one of the people I told the joke. And back then he was a lot shorter, chubbier, and he had spiky hair, and now
Yeah, I
obviously
remember
he's a
you saying that.
gigantic man.
With long hair. He don't have the
Long
spiky
hair.
hair no more. He's got long hair.
Yeah, long ass hair, dog. But yeah, that's when I first initially met him. I didn't, like I said, talk to him much. And then after I went to that middle school we all went to, I moved to Covina with my family because my mom's job opportunities had her moving apartment complexes a lot because she was like trying to move up in the company and become a manager of like an apartment complex. That was her goal. And so we moved around a lot because we had to move to different apartment complexes for her to work. And so I moved to Covina, finished my middle school years there. Um, and then right after that, me and my family moved to Venice, uh, like Venice and LA here. And I went to Venice High School for 2 years. And then I moved with my dad back to our hometown. And that's when I went to the high school we all went to. And then back to like meeting Nick. I knew Nick from when we went to the middle school we all went to because he went there. He was like, "Come hang out." I went, and then I think Robert recognized me because I look pretty similar to how I looked when I was younger. My face hasn't changed much, which is why I grew the beard because I have a fucking baby face.
There are pictures of you that I still like see around
Mhm.
of you having that baby face, and I just go, damn, you look adorable. I look at that and I go, what happened?
I absolutely fucking hate it. I'm so much more handsome now with a beard, dude. It's ridiculous.
That is true.
But yeah, because I moved around a lot and I never had like a set like a set of friends throughout a long time, except for I guess CJ and Luis, but Luis was family, and so I was able to keep that connection that way, you know.
Yeah.
So I never made friends that I was around all the time, and so I was really good at making new friends. Like I had to figure that out really early on, how to, you know, be performative and make good friends, make people laugh. That was like everything that I had to learn to do. And so when I got to that tree with all those metalheads, I was like, I'm in an uncomfortable position right now. And so what I'm going to do is make these people fucking laugh. And that's what I did. And I just like was cracking jokes, making them laugh, and it was a good time. And I, you know, they accepted me into their fold. They started showing me the metal music, bringing me into the metal culture, and I, you know, over time became full-fledged metalhead for those last 2 years of high school, you know. And me and Robert have been buddies ever since. We started hanging out in his garage after school for like the remainder of the day. We'd get out at like what 2 p.m. from school, and we'd hang out from 2 to 10 p.m. in his garage.
Yeah.
And so that's what we started doing, and me and Robert became really close. And I think, well, he is how I met you.
Yeah, we all. Robert is the main connection of how everyone here met, I believe.
Yeah, so I brought CJ and Vane and Luis at the time. I brought them into the fold because they were some of my closest friends. And I was hanging out with you guys a lot, and I wanted to hang out with both of you guys because I love them and I love you guys. And so I was like, I'm just gonna bring them in. And luckily,
Big play.
Huh?
I said big play right there.
Big play. Yeah. Luckily, CJ is, even though he could be awkward at times, he is good. He's like very similar to Robert, to whereas like even though he seems kind of awkward, he's good at talking to people. And so it just kind of worked out, and his humor kind of matched up with the rest of your guys' humor, and he was able to meld very well. And so it all just really worked out.
Yeah, it definitely did work out a good bit.
Yeah, because we've known each other now. I mean, next year, 2025, will be a decade since we've all known each other. And then me, CJ, Bonnie, and Luis were, let me see, if it was like middle school, I mean, coming close on to 15, closer to 20 years, maybe.
God damn.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I found, yeah, no, it is getting kind of close to a decade. I think around 32, 33, it'll be 20 years since I've known them. Like when we hit that age.
Yeah, because I did not meet CJ and Vanessa.
I did not. Sorry.
I did not. Fuck off. I didn't meet you. I met you back in, I believe, 2014, 2015.
It was definitely senior year, yeah.
Yeah, we met around there in the garage. But there was an arc where you had me as your screensaver, making with the weird face.
Yeah.
Robert told me about that, and I kind of like was like, why am I a screensaver? That's kind of weird, and I don't like this.
Yeah, and I feel like I even still am now. I don't give a fuck about anything. Like kind of what people think, but I also do really care how people think. It's a yin and yang. But yeah, before I knew you really at all, I think I'd heard stories of you. I'd heard about how weird you were, and I was like, this guy seems interesting. And then they had a picture of you, and I was like, I'll make him my screensaver. They're like, no, you won't. And then I was like, yeah, I will, dude. I'm not a bitch. And so they sent me the photo, and I made you the screensaver. And then I think Robert thought it was fucking hilarious. And I think they had mentioned it to you before we had even met. So what was your initial reaction when you heard that?
Well, I was just like, I don't know this dude, and he has me as a screensaver. That's kind of weird in my opinion.
Yeah. Would you say that initial reaction held true to who I am? Am I weird?
About the same, yeah. You're still the same person that I met back in like 2015.
That's
to be
good.
fair,
I feel like I've had a lot of growth throughout my life, but I've relatively stayed the same of like who I am.
oh, 100%. Your appearance is the only thing that has changed, in my opinion. Back in the day, you did not have that luscious beard. You had, I think you were starting to grow it, but you still had a baby face.
Yeah, it took me a while to get like a good beard going because I did not have good facial hair growing genes, but I kept going at it because I was like, I hate my face without hair on it. My initial beards were bad, dude. I had neck beard.
I don't think I have neck beard at the moment. I have a goatee at the moment, but that's all I got.
I like how you look right now, dude. I really want you to. Do you already have an undercut going for your mullet?
It's there, but I'm just letting it grow out.
I want you to refresh that undercut, dog.
Nah, man.
I'll beat that pussy down.
With the bush down. No, because when I went to go get a haircut, it was like $32, and I was like, "Fuck this."
What if I buy you a haircut, dude?
I mean, you can if you want, but I kind of just like my hair growing out.
All right. I mean, I don't want you to do something you don't want to do.
You sound like my mom right there. It's like I will pay for your haircut. Just get it cut. And I'm just like,
well,
no.
She wants you to get balder.
No, I had fucking, for the longest time growing up, I just had the same hairstyle, where it was just cut it short and that's it. Don't let it grow out. I did attempt to try to let it grow out in middle school, but
you had the new metal fade, huh?
Okay, Kinda, yeah. But the problem was my mother kind of got too involved with it, and she was just making me put on excessive amounts of hair gel to let it grow out in a style that she kind of fitted. And I was just like, I don't want to do this no more. I kind of just,
I feel like your mom was a little bit obsessed with a lot of aspects of your life.
and that's where it comes into me and how what my lifestyle was. I grew up in Los Angeles, very very like Monterey Park type area. I grew up there in a small house, and then I went to elementary school there, middle school, which which middle school was fucking rough, to be fair. At the time, middle school was more of like a lot of people were already like making gangs. Like they were already like, I'm gonna join this gang and watch this.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was the transition between us being kids in elementary school and like not having a care in the world to like the transition of us becoming young adults, essentially, and a lot of people figuring out what they're going to do in life. So I think that was a hard time for, I would say, most people.
But yeah, but for me, it was very difficult making friends in that scenario because, yes, I was a metalhead at the time. Well, I'm still a metalhead still, but it was very hard to find a group of people that were same as me. I was still like a weirdo, same person, but I had more energy. I had more chaotic in me time. So I went to elementary school. I did have the same issues with a lot of bullies and all that, and you know, you stand up to a bully, you know, it's cool, you fight one of them, but this was a whole group of people that you know, you punch one, you're getting punched down by a
You're
lot
getting
of
jumped.
people, you're getting jumped. And I believe in middle school I was going to fight someone, and I just ended up getting jumped at one of the bathrooms. So I was like, I can't really fight these guys because they are, you
Every
know,
single time it's gonna be you're gonna get jumped, and that's just
it's essentially like a little mini hive mind. Like, you know, like you fight one, the entire nest is gonna start attacking you.
yeah.
So it's very difficult in that scenario to fight. Uh, so my mom gave me a dilemma saying, I'm gonna continue working in LA, but I can we can move to another area, which is, I'm not gonna say the city, but
You can say what I said, the hometown.
yeah, it's my new hometown. It's my new hometown. So we moved to an apartment complex, and then from there she went to work. I got my own key to the place. I usually just walk to school, and then from there was kind of just like a new era of me. I was still the same me, but I kind of was like, I'm in a new area. I don't know how these people are. It's a lot different than LA. So I was kind of just like, I'm just gonna stick to myself because I don't know any of these people. I don't trust them. I don't want to make the same mistakes.
In what grade did you like come to our hometown?
Literally freshman year. Like that
Oh,
was
so
like,
you did all of middle school in LA?
I did elementary and middle school all in LA.
Oh,
And
okay.
so it was very hard to kind of adjust into it because when I came here, it was a lot more friendlier. It was a lot more like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" Whether LA, it's like, "What the fuck are you looking at? I'm gonna fucking beat your ass."
It
You
can
know?
be like that. I do live in LA currently. I don't
Yeah,
mind saying that because LA's huge.
LA is definitely huge, but yeah, like you can't like you know, I look at someone and it's like they smile, and it's like, well, what the fuck? I'm not used to this, so it's kind of like that. And I'm like really awkward. I'm very very awkward when it comes to meeting new people.
Yeah. I obviously like during this time in middle school in LA and whatnot, when you started getting bullied and having to deal with all those people, you had built up kind of, you would say, those walls and barriers that you had when I initially met you.
Uh, I think I still have them to this day. To be fair,
I mean, of course, you're probably still going. I definitely say that a lot of them have broken down.
a lot of them did break down, and that was because of when I started hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
I initially did not hang out with you guys at first. I did football for 2 years, so I kind of hung out with like the football guys,
Hmm.
but I was too awkward still. Like I did not grow out of that.
Yeah.
So this group that I kind of hang out with, they saw that and they kind of just like, you know, they, they did what we usually do, like poke around and all that, but they were more extreme with it. Like they were more like
It was more bullying than anything.
it felt more like bullying in a way, because it was just very hard to talk to them, and it was just very hard to like, hey, I like, like I want to ask this girl out and all that, and then they just like kind of laugh at me, be like, no, you can't do that. You're too awkward. You won't
They were
you won't be
putting
able
you
to do.
down.
Yeah, they were essentially putting me down, and I think I think it was like 2014 where I got to the point where I was like, okay, like they're still doing it and they're not stopping, like, and I just kind of just got really really mad, and I told him like, fuck you, I'm out of here, and I left. And then that's when I just showed up to Robert and be like, hey, can I hang out with you guys? And he was like, yeah, sure. To be fair though, me and Robert, like we met back in like
When you were playing football.
when we were playing football, like the first year playing football. So we kind of knew each other, and then we had a couple classes together, and we always did assignments together, which kind of like helped
Build
us
that relationship.
kind of help us bond. So when I came over, it was more of like, oh yeah, Robert was like more accepting and vouching that like, hey, have this guy around, he's pretty cool and funny.
Yeah,
So
Robert is, and I think I can say this very definitely. He can get along. I think I already said this. He can get along with anybody very well. I think, kind of no matter where they come from, he's a no bullshit kind of guy, and he's like he doesn't want to deal with drama, and so he just kind of gets along with everybody. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
he kind of wants.
he'll stand up for himself though, and like if he's really irritated or um whatnot about somebody, he'll let them know.
100%, yeah. Like,
I think that's part of the intimidating factor about him too.
well, when I met him, like he was very, very intimidating. But then we kind of just became friends, and I was kind of shocked. I was like, oh, this guy's is pretty cool. I still don't want to be on
Yeah.
his bad side, but still,
Taught you
like,
not to judge a book by its cover, huh?
yeah, pretty much. Don't ever do that. Comment section. Don't ever do that.
Dude, you gotta stop referring to these people as a whole mass
Okay.
like that. You can just be like, don't ever do that, guys.
Don't ever. Okay, how about this? Don't ever do that, guys.
There you go.
There you go. Don't ever do that. Don't ever judge a book by its cover.
It's not worth it.
That
There's
book is that book has got fascinating topics in it
exactly.
and all that. So, I when I came over there, I was just like, I don't know any of these people, but then I started opening up to them and I started being myself around them, and they were pretty much accepted of it. And I was like, what the? I was kind of shocked. I was like, what the fuck? I
Talking
didn't
about
expect.
us.
Yeah, your group, the group that like the metalhead group.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked because I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know this. But then I started like hanging out with you guys more, and I goes, oh, okay, so you guys are the same as me. We always get into these shenanigans.
Yeah, dude, we've definitely like I think for a long time too. I I'm always working to try and I don't know, make people like me, impress them, you know? And so obviously I was doing a lot stupider shit back then, like throwing cold little Caesars pizzas at people's cars while walking around uptown and whatnot, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely calmed down a lot since then. But we used to be little fucking rascals, dude.
Yeah, for me was elementary school was my kind of like chaotic phase of just like me being a piece of shit and knowing that I'm just gonna be chaotic. It kind of died down when I got into middle school because I didn't go to like public school at first. I went to a Catholic school at
Ooh.
first. So spoiler alert, I wasn't touched. So I
You kind of feel
he,
offended about that?
about what?
Not being touched?
No, I kind of don't. Just because like now I kind of look back at it as like, okay, this is
They
really.
thought you were an ugly kid, dude.
They thought yeah, I was an ugly kid and I
They're
was more
like,
chaotic.
ew, don't touch that one.
Yeah. So I went to middle school at a Catholic church, and
You went to
obviously
middle
it
school
was,
at a Catholic church as well?
yeah, that's how it started. So I graduated elementary school. Then my mom was like, okay, you gotta go to a Catholic school, which is for like just like I think it was like kindergarten through eighth grade. So it was kind of just like a calming down of my chaotic. I was still a little bit of a piece of shit, but it kind of just like kind of toned me down a bit.
Those nuns are scary, dude.
Oh, it wasn't nuns. It was like a bunch of scary teachers and stuff. I got called.
Usually the nuns are teachers, no?
Not in this one. They were. It was like it was people that worked at the church.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the church, and then there was like a school like right next to it.
And that they were
So
still mean as fuck, though.
some of them were, some of them weren't.
You ever get smacked by something, dude?
No, but I did get called like a hooligan and all that a lot.
Oh, a hooligan,
So
dude.
yeah, so it was. So it was, and I kind of just like didn't like it. So every now and then I would take an excuse to go to the nurse's office and be like, "Hey, I don't feel well. Hey, I don't feel good," and all that. So and I would get sent home a lot. Sometimes I would get sent home with a lot of schoolwork because I just wasn't doing it.
I
So my
used to
mom,
do that a lot too in elementary school, dude. Just try and like go home sick.
yeah. So it for me, Catholic schools, they work for you, they don't work for you. It's whatever. It's your opinions on those, but they are also very expensive to do.
Do they teach regular subjects?
To be surprisingly, they do teach science in there, so
They're teaching
I
evolution?
they are.
I think
They
they might have to.
they did have a Bible. They did have
Oh
a
yeah, I know that
Bible
there's Bible
section.
classes.
They did have a Bible class, which is how like I mostly learned about the Bible and some
Oh,
wacky stories that are in there. That I was just like, this is kind of wacky, but I'm just gonna go with it because it's pretty cool. And some parts of it, there's some parts of that I don't really agree with it, but then there's like parts that like, it's fine. I can deal with this.
sure, yeah, dude. There's one thing I can say. There's a lot of good stories in there.
100%. But it's very expensive to go to those schools, and being a single mom, you can't really afford it. So she's like, okay, I'm just gonna take you out of the school and put you in public school. I was like, nah, it's fine. And then I got to public school, and that was like, oh god.
Public school in the U.S. is hell, yeah.
Especially in bad neighborhoods, it's 10 times more worse. Like I've seen teachers cry, I've seen teachers have meltdowns, I've seen teachers just like storm out of the rooms like pissed or crying. At the time it was funny, like we were all laughing at it.
Oh
But
yeah.
growing up now, like I look back and it goes, fuck, we fucked up badly with this.
No, yeah, kids are fucking mean, dude. Me and Robert used to fucking bully the guitar teacher because he was a little too obsessed with horses.
Yeah. Oh wow, you guys are fucked. I I wasn't really a part of that. I was just like laughing because it's like, this is funny.
We were straight up calling him a horse fucker.
Do you have proof that he was a horse fucker?
No, but he was a little too obsessed with horses and just
Oh. Oh, okay.
yeah. But as I got older in high school, the interactions with the teachers got a little bit different. Obviously, like I even still think I'm immature most of the time now. Um, but when it comes down to it, you can sit down and have a decent conversation with anybody, you know? And those teachers were human beings. And I think like junior and senior year of high school is when I started humanizing them. Because before they were just like, those are the people that watched us for a few hours a day, you know? Made sure I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, middle school was a lot different. Middle school was like more like,
Dude, I was a little bitch in middle school.
dude, I remember playing football and going back to LA to go play a team. And literally as we're walking off the bus, I looked up and I saw a sign that says, "Please do not bring weapons." And it was a handgun that had like a stop sign on it. I was like, "Oh god." Yeah, I'm kind of like, I kind of do not feel comfortable here anymore.
How are you
Going
supposed to sneak in a handgun that's stapled to a stop sign?
Fair point, it's right there. They probably have a camera watching that just to like
Dude,
stop someone from doing that.
if anyone is walking around with just a stop sign, they're suspicious.
True.
Because what are you stopping?
You're not stopping anything. Well, you can stop traffic with that, I assume. You know, you're just walking and you just put the stop sign up. You know, you'd be like one of those like crossing guards, but
You go on the
you're not
fucking
gonna.
I-5 freeway and hold up a stop sign, dude. If they don't stop, then you have what's stapled behind that to make them stop.
True. It's actually, you know what? You
The
walk
cops
around.
should do that. Actually, I'm on board with this now.
You know, you have a stop sign with you, and you want to get by traffic. You know, you got to get to like the other side of that highway.
You know what I think?
What?
The cops should start killing more people.
I I don't agree with that. Because I don't know who they're killing. That's the problem. Are they killing? Are they killing?
I don't see
Are they killing the criminals or are they killing innocent people?
Sure.
Sure on what? What are we sure about? The killing of innocent people or the killing of criminals?
Yep.
Okay, it depends on the crime. I'm gonna say it depends on the crime. If it's just like petty theft, I don't think the person should be killed. If it's like a major crime, yeah, I think the person.
Hands.
Yeah,
They can't steal again.
no, I think we need a better rehabilitation thing, better than prison.
Do we break their hands?
Yes, we break their hands. That sounds a lot more better. I don't like cutting off people's hands. I rather just like them break their hands and then they won't do it again.
I feel like people that have their hands cut off can box without needing gloves.
That would hurt a lot.
There's a guy, dude. Just get hit
there
by
was a-
nubs. You don't want to get hit
dude.
by some nubs, dude.
I've been hit by nubs my whole life. My brother is
What
very,
does
very.
that mean?
Okay, backstory. My brother is very, very skinny. So he has right now he has no muscle.
Malnourished bitch.
He is bone. Like you can like look at him and be like, you are a bony person. But when he hits you, oh my god, it felt like you're getting hit by a baton. Cause that shit fucking hurts.
That makes sense, dude. He could probably wield his forearms as weapons.
And his arms are long. Like he's taller than me. He's like 6
He's
foot.
got fucking pool noodle arm. He's what?
He's 6'1", I believe.
He's
And
the same
I'm
height
like-
as me, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I could toss him.
And he's like really skinny, and I'm just like, you got the lucky genes. I got shitty genes.
Yeah, dude. We're just a couple of fat fucks.
True, but I started like getting
You
some,
work out,
losing
dude.
some. I work out, so whenever he's like
Hot little
talking,
boy. No,
Whenever
no,
he's like-
no, not what I just said.
you gotta calm down, dude.
Hot man. You're a
I'm
hot man.
I'm a hot man.
Hot, big, full-grown adult man that is above the age of 18. That's what you are.
Absolutely, absolutely. I am above the age of 18. Anything lower than that, you get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah. I hate
I will-
children.
We all hate children.
Kill all the children.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Kill John Lennon.
Isn't he? Is he dead?
I don't know.
Is John Lennon still alive?
I think that's the one that did die.
I want to look it up.
Wait.
Is John Lennon alive?
If Butters had his way, no, dude.
I fucking trust Google. I put John Legend.
John Legend. I know that he's alive. He's married to I don't remember her name. Forget I said that. Christina Applegate. Shout out to Christina Applegate.
Oh, he did. It says here that he did pass away.
I think that's the one that
Oh.
got shot.
Yeah, John Lennon was shot and fatally wounded. Oh,
Yeah, dude.
rest in peace,
He
dude.
used to beat the fuck out of his wife
Okay,
and his
that's-
child.
Well, I hope God gives the right punishment for that.
What would be the right punishment?
I don't know, dude. Hell,
I
probably.
feel like he should have, like, really, it should be like his wife and his son.
He should lose his
beating,
hands.
And yeah, he should lose his hands.
Lose your hands. You commit crime with hands, you lose them. That's how it
Exactly.
works.
That's what I've been saying, dude, for years.
You know, you steal, lose the hands. You know, you.
I'm a strong advocate of taking people's hands.
What would you do with a pile of hands though?
A lot of bad things.
So we're doing bad things with these hands that were taken by bad people. I feel like that contradicts what we're accomplishing here.
The crimes are gonna get chased back to them, not me.
Oh, you're still in. Oh, you're fucked up. You're still in the fingerprints. That's fucked.
Yeah, dog.
It's like, I wasn't at the scene of the crime. It was him.
You would him. I'll use women's hands.
Why women's hands? Be okay. Well, I guess we're not being like sexist here and only taking men's hands. We're being equality here. We're using everyone's
We're
hands.
being equality, dude. If there's
Yeah.
one thing I'm being, it's equality.
Exactly. So we take everyone's hands.
I want to do like, I don't know what I want to say.
Would you build a
Probably
pyramid
something
with them?
terrible. Yeah. Why?
Maybe why? You have a bunch of you have a bunch of hands.
Oh, a hand pyramid? I thought you wanted me
Yeah.
to take these hands and build a whole pyramid.
Yeah, dude. You just build a pyramid with them.
I didn't know you meant out of the hands. I thought you meant use the hands to help build a pyramid.
Why? No, that would be very, very hard.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why do you want me to do that?
Well, next time.
But if it's a
listen to me.
pyramid out of hands, that's a lot more doable. I have a lot of hands to spare. I'd make a throne out of hands.
I am not sitting on that.
Why not?
I'm because it's a
There's
throne.
one right in the middle of the seat whose finger's sticking up.
I did. That's your throne then. I'm gonna.
Damn right it is.
I'm not sitting on that throne.
Mine's not a finger, dude. I have a whole fist sitting there.
All right. So, what is your favorite video game? I don't think we even know this. Like, what's your
Of all
favorite
time?
game? Yeah. Okay. What started you getting into gaming?
What started me into gaming? I think it was my dad's always been into technology. Like he's always fixed computers and shit my whole life. And I think that's given it gave me and like he probably bought consoles and whatnot too, just because he enjoys even now he enjoys playing games. Like he put a lot of hours into the most recent Cyberpunk game.
Oh God.
Yeah, he put like so much time into it, and he did that on the Xbox One X, I think. So it wasn't even like running very well. It was running better than it was on my computer, to be fair. But yeah, so he's always kind of like bought gaming consoles so that he could play things every now and then. And then I was like, I'm gonna try this shit out. I can remember some of my first games. There was like a Star Wars game on the N64 where you played as Han Solo, and you're kind of like, I remember jumping around these like train cars, like jumping through them and like shooting people in that. I played the original Golden Eye, like the 007 N64 game. My uncle Mike, who used to watch me a lot as a kid, he had the NES, the SNES, he had a PlayStation, original Xbox, Atari, the Atari that was disc Atari. He had a GameCube. He had all those game consoles. So when I would go and get watched by him when my parents would work in the day during like the summer, he would just be like, "Yeah, play games," because he didn't want to fucking watch me. he was like in his late 20s or some shit. And so yeah, I just played a lot of games there. My parents would like leave me there with snacks, and so I did that. And so I just constantly was playing games because it was a bunch of people not paying attention to me, I guess. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna play games because I'm just kind of bored here, dude.
True. Like, what else can you do? Like,
Exactly. And then
you're a child. Like,
it became like, I would definitely say like late in middle school when I started getting into like when I got my Xbox 360. My parents bought me an Xbox 360, I think like 6th grade when I was in middle school, with Call of Duty. And I got into that, and then I knew Luis, and Luis is like, I think Luis came over one time, and I was like, dude, you got to try this shit out. And he played it, and he was really naturally good at playing games, which has always kind of pissed me off. But yeah, he came over, and then he was like, I think he begged his parents to get him an Xbox 360, and like the condition was because that his household was always huge. He got one, but he had to let his like nieces and nephews play as well. And so there were so many years of like us playing for like 30 minutes with Luis, and then him having to get off to like share it with his nieces and nephews,
yeah.
But yeah, and that's when I played Call of Duty with him, and then CJ got an Xbox as well and got Call of Duty, and then we all like really bonded playing that. during all those times, and my mom absolutely fucking hated video games at that point. She was like,
Same.
you need to start applying yourself into other things. You can't keep playing video games all the time. She like hated it, dude. And I love this shit. It's genuinely like the first passion I had felt in life, you know? And it was just like I was like, no, all I want to do is play these games. And so I did it like I would say I became addicted to it for a while, especially like early, like late middle school, early high school, was missing school to just play games and whatnot. And so that's when I really started gaming. But I used to play games from when I was really young, just because my dad had it around, my uncle had it around. It was always just there.
Oh, very interesting. Because mine. So I grew up with the original PlayStation 1. Good old gray. I think it was a gray system with the colorful like logo at the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I had a lot of like Crash Bandicoot games, a lot of Spyro games. So that was really much how I got into it. But it started expanding more as you get older and all that. But also, my dad was still around the picture, and he also liked games when he wasn't like a total piece of shit. So there was some good moments I would say in there, but a lot of the times they were washed out of what happened with him. So uh for me it was Crash Bandicoot games and Spyro, and then whenever he was watching me around, we would go to like I don't know his buddies' places a lot. They had N64s, they had original Xboxes, San Andreas and all those games.
Yeah.
So it was like more expanding upon that.
You played
Halo.
GTA real early?
I couldn't really. I played it when I wasn't around my mom.
Mm.
So my mom doesn't like GTA. My mom still doesn't. My mom still doesn't like video games. She thinks it's like a whole waste of time. But as someone like me and like awkward and don't really talk to people, this is all I had.
Yeah.
So I was kind of more into gaming. It kind of more changed as I got the GameCube. My life kind of like more opened up to it. I started playing a lot of 007 games, which is what got me into shooters to begin with. So 007s were probably the funnest parts of my life, just sitting down and playing with the computers and all that. And then we got a Wii, so I was like more active with the Wii.
Wii Sports is goated.
True, I could not beat Matt. Fuck that guy.
I don't know who's Matt.
You don't know who Matt is?
Oh,
That's
are you
like
talking about the black guy with the goatee?
Yeah, the Wii boxing dude, the guy that's like the final boss in that game. I could never beat him in Wii Sports.
That shit was my cousins who I don't know. You've heard me talk about my cousin Dylan before.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, we were him and his family and me and my family were really close, and like all of my family in general have been close for a long time. Like I have a lot of memories of my uncle Nate coming every day at like dinner time to my house just to come visit, and then like we would obviously have like dinner ready for him as well, you know. But we had my uncle Nate, and he would always bring his family around once he started dating my aunt Lola. My uncle Tim, we've lived with each other, who has like my cousin Dylan, that's his dad. um we lived at their house for a long time, they lived at our house for a long time. I'd always staying at it, so it was like I just had an extended family, you know what I mean. And they had my aunt Trish, which is Dylan's mom. She used to love Nintendo games, like Majora's Mask. Like she loves Legend of Zelda. So like Majora's Mask and all that, Ocarina of Time. I remember watching her play that a lot. She never let us play those because those were her saves, you know. But they had a Wii where she could play all that, and that's when we started playing like Wii Sports and Rock Band. Dude, I have so many good memories playing Rock Band with my cousins.
Yeah, I couldn't really play those types of games. I don't know, my fingers were kind of just weird.
You have little
Trying to
weird
play,
fingers, dude.
well, somewhat. My hands are kind of just like I think I might be getting like the early stages of arthritis in my hands, so it's not looking good
I
for me.
You think so?
Well, I think my great grandma has arthritis,
Uh,
and
I would
so
say go get that checked
genetics.
out if you think you have arthritis at this age.
Something to look forward to in the future.
I did this speaking of joint pain, I did something to my middle finger at the like joint, the knuckle joint above the knuckle that sits at the like base of your finger that connects to your hand, the palm. Like the knuckle above that just constantly hurts. I don't know why. Just thought I'd let you know.
Aren't you double jointed?
Yeah, not like well, yeah.
Too much double jointed?
Yeah, it's not to where I've like I can bend my fingers back pretty far, but they can't touch my arm. It's not that double jointed.
Mm. Yeah, I have a problem where my I don't know what's the look at your hand and the the left finger next to the middle finger.
Your ring finger?
Yeah, that one. For some reason, that and my pinky finger do not want to. So you go to your right hand, you do like the spot
So
like
if you move your ring finger, your pinky finger goes with it.
yeah. Well, no, they don't want to be close to. They don't want to like be separated.
Oh, they're constantly like touching, like you're like a little mannequin man.
Well, it's kind of hard. Well, it's kind of hard to describe it. I'd have to show you it, but they can't. They don't want to get close to each other. They don't. And it's
Even your fingers are awkward.
yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. Playing Guitar Hero is hard.
I'm sorry you had to deal with that, dude.
I'm sorry too, but that's why I mostly play on controller because my fingers are separated. I'll keep them separated. So yeah, so I couldn't really play Guitar Hero, so a lot of the times I just played console games. Back on the subject of what's my favorite game. Uh, it's very difficult because in 2009 I got introduced to my first ever big boy Xbox 360 for my birthday,
Oh
and
shit.
I got the Modern Warfare 2 edition.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where my gaming career kind of just like spun out and kind of just like
I would have to say that MW2 is probably like my all-time too, just because the amount of memories that
yeah,
exist on that game.
yeah, well, I didn't really much have the online access to it,
Mm.
to that part of it. So a lot of times it was basically playing campaign missions, survival stuff a lot of the time. But as getting that console, I started growing my collection of games and all that. I ended up buying like a lot of the Halo games, a lot of like the Left 4 Dead's. I got a lot of Call of Duties. I even went back and bought some of the original ones so I could play on the console, like Call of Duty 4, the Call of Duty 3, and all that. So I got some of those somewhere around here.
Okay.
But it was also the same scenario where, I have a brother, and he
You had to share.
I had to share it, but at a lot of the times I could not play anything multiplayer related with him because I was a gamer back in the day, dude. I was winning a lot. So playing against him and him, we're 4 years apart. So I don't know, I was like 13, he was like 9, I would say. So he was not really happy with me winning a lot. So he just kind of like he would cry and go to my mom and be like, he beat me, and I was like, I'm just playing a game. And he goes, let
Like
your
you get
brother
in
win.
trouble for that?
No, I wouldn't get in trouble with that. My mom would just be like, let him win because he's crying a lot. Just let him win. I'm like, it's this, you tell me this is life. This is how it works. And it's like, just let him win. I'm like, okay, fine. I let him win, and he would just be the total piece of shit. Like, I beat you. Haha, I beat you. Fuck you. And I was like, if you want, I can try harder. Stuff.
That's what he's asking for, ain't it?
I
Get
guess.
absolutely pub stomped.
I guess. But as the years grow and all that, he kind of calmed down a bit. I think he would be a lot better at video games now than he was back in the day, because when we started playing Halo 4, he was pretty good at it, and I was kind of just like looking at it like, oh no, I'm losing my spark. I got to keep up with this. And so, but my mom absolutely hated the Xbox 360. She looks back at it as like, I wish I never bought that console. And I was like, well, you did. It happened.
I think my mom feels the same way, dude.
and
I
stuff.
don't know
Yeah,
why she hated it so much, dude. I was just trying to enjoy life in that fucking shitty household.
for real. For me, it was very, very hard for me because I didn't like the people that were around me because they were into gangs and all that, and they were like they were smoking weed at a very young age, and I was like, I can't really do this. I don't really want to be a part of this.
Was I don't want to say anything. I don't know who you plan to have see this.
I don't know yet. I mean, we're just posting it on the internet. We don't really have to.
Was just us the first time you ever had interaction with weed?
Oh, we're talking about weed now? Yeah, definitely, yeah. Well, no, because my dad smoked a lot.
But that was the first time you tried it was with us.
Oh, yes. The first time I officially tried it was back in, I believe, 2018, 2019. That was like my first introduction into it. So I've already spoken to my mom about it. She already knows about it.
Well, weren't they
They were against it at first, but then I told them, like, no, I'm kind of just doing it safely and being responsible about it. And they
weren't
were
they
just
getting
like,
into it though?
they were doing it for medical reasons, I believe.
Quotation marks.
So, yeah, I don't know what they're doing with it now. I don't know if they're still doing it and stuff. But
would you ever smoke with your mom?
No,
Why not?
because there's a lot of emotional baggage between me and her right now. So I feel like smoking with her would probably just be an emotional roller coaster.
Do you ever think you'd go to counseling with your mom?
Probably, but at this point, she moved out of state, so it's kind of like where
they went to. You don't. I mean, you could obviously.
we can
where
say
did they
this.
go?
We can say the state that they live in. They went
Where they
to
go?
Texas. They went to good old Yeehaw, Texas.
Where in Texas?
Dallas, I believe.
Dallas. That's a good city. I think it's the second biggest city.
Yeah,
if I were gonna go to Texas, I'm going to Austin.
Austin. Why Austin? What's going on there?
More accepting of people like me.
That is true, because when I spoke to my mom about it, she said like Texas is more opening up to people now.
Absolutely.
She went in thinking that, oh god, they're gonna hate me because of my color of my skin, because Texas. She thought there's gonna be a lot more racist people, and then she got there and she was like, no, it's a lot more diverse. It's a lot more accepting.
Yeah, I think it's
still...
super similar to California, like Southern California, in the aspect of like they lived there before.
Yeah, yeah. She looked up a couple places not to visit, and she was like, we're not visiting any of these places. There are some parts of Texas that, if you're a colored person, you should definitely avoid, because they have
like
said
sundown towns. That's where that starts.
Yeah, I think more.
Isn't that
like,
crazy, dude? Sundown towns still exist.
Yeah, I think it's very, very shocking.
Did you know Mississippi? I think it was. I could be completely wrong on the date. They outlawed slavery in, I think, 2007.
Wait, hold on. What?
It was like in the 2000s that they outlawed slavery.
What the fuck? Isn't that wait? What the fuck? That it wasn't it an amendment? I had to be an amendment because
you probably couldn't own a slave for a long time in Mississippi, like since that I think the 16th, I could be wrong, amendment came out. It might be the 13th. I don't know. I haven't read the fucking Bill of Rights or whatever the fuck it is. I should though. I think it was illegal to own one at that since then, but I think they outlawed the act of slavery recently.
Mississippi, you weird. If you from Mississippi, there you go. Now you know that.
Weird. They were real weird.
They're very weird.
Oh yeah, I heard the South has good ass food though.
Oh, I heard they have good Cajun stuff. I don't know.
You're gonna get that in Louisiana.
Louisiana Cajun stuff sounds good. Let's see here. What were we talking about again? We got kind of sidetracked
We're talking
by
about video games.
Oh, we were talking about video games. Yeah. So yeah, I pretty much just got that, and then I got a 360, and then I think Xbox One was announced, and a lot of the time, and my friends at the time were kind of just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get the Xbox One." Some people had already gotten it, and I was
Yeah,
just
that
like,
was late high school, huh?
that was like 2014, early 2015."
It
So
feels
I was
so much
like,
more recent.
yeah. So I was like, I need to buy this console as soon as I can. So I started saving up money. I started doing like jobs around the house, chores, and all that, and I got enough just to go and buy like the standard Titanfall console, and I was like, oh wow, this is
That's when you first got into Titanfall?
yeah. But
Because a thing we obviously know about you, you're obsessed with fucking Titanfall.
yeah, and because at the time it was a very fun game. The Titanfall 1 had a very falling out of a lot of people because it had to be online only. But then Titanfall 2 came out and they listened to a lot of people. So I kind of gave Respawn a lot of praises. I shouldn't give them any praises now with their microtransactions or what they did with the event of Apex Legends, but that's its own topic. You know, you want to spend $360 on a fucking death box, that's your money. I'm just gonna, if I see that death box in the game, I'm just gonna laugh at you because you fucking waste your money on something that's pretty
You
much
can't tell
just.
them that's their money and then say you're going to judge them afterwards.
Well, I mean, okay, well, I'm just gonna laugh at you because of that.
But
I'm gonna laugh at you because I can't buy it. That's why.
the first Titanfall was online only.
Yeah, it was a very weird time. It was a very weird game. It was only multiplayer only, which was very. So they had a campaign, but the campaign was also multiplayer.
That's because the original Xbox One that came out, they were trying to, and that's why it underperformed. I think the PlayStation at the time, they were trying to make it more of a fucking.
DVR.
It was like a whole entertainment center, and so they were trying to keep everything online. I think I remember at that point, like some games you couldn't even play, like Titanfall, unless you had online, and everyone hated that. It's like you're
Yeah.
forcing us to get your Xbox Live. And I think the only reason I remember getting an Xbox One was because my grandma died at the time and left me $1,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so I was like, "Oh, cool! I can get this new console because I'm just stuck with the 360 otherwise." And then I don't think I would have ever gotten into the new Xbox had that not happened.
Yeah, I had to work for mine. But I'm gonna say this: if you're looking to get a new console that's coming out very early, I would suggest waiting on it because there's not gonna be that many games that are gonna come with it. Because for me, when I got my Xbox One, it just had Titanfall, and I kind of wanted to go. I was like, I don't really want to play Titanfall today. I want to play Halo, so I had to plug in my 360, get the disc of Halo 4, whatever Halo was at the time, and then just sit down and play that. But then
There wasn't a Halo that released with the new Xbox.
no, that was like a year later after it came out. It was Halo 5, and we don't really want to talk about Halo 5. Halo 5 was kind of just a very marketing weird stuff. So, but yeah, Halo 5 came out like a year after the console came out. So once Halo 5 came out, I kind of just like stopped going on 360 and more. So
Dedicated your time fully to.
yeah, because there was a lot of. I think the new Call of Duty also came out. Advanced Warfare at the time
I
came
had
out.
stopped playing Call of Duties by this time.
Yeah, that was during the phase of jetpacks and all that. So
Yeah, the last Call of Duty I ever bought before the most recent Modern Warfares that came out, like 2019 and whatnot, it was Ghosts. I bought Ghosts, and I never bought another Call of Duty after that.
oh yeah, I owned Ghost, I believe, on the 360, and I'm just gonna point out a controversial thing. Ghost is not that bad. Looking back at it, Ghost was pretty fucking good. You know,
I don't think I'm. Yeah, I don't think I ever minded ghosts. Honestly, I hate very few things if we're going to be honest in general. Um, but I remember CJ and Luis hating on it a lot, I think. And so that was just kind of the consensus that I fell into because all I was hearing was hatred about it. And so it kind of morphed me into not liking it either. But I'm sure it wasn't bad because I don't hate things like that really ever, you know? My relationship with video games has changed a lot over the past like 5 years or so. I don't know. I think that that's the time frame I would go with. Like in high school, when I actually like got into them, I was addicted to playing video games. It was purely so that I could continue to like talk to my friends from back home because we had moved to Venice at the time, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I was already like halfway through. I was like in middle school, just made a group of friends in that school, and then I got moved to a whole new high school, you know. And then having to make brand new friends again in high school is just kind of weird. It's just a
It
weird
is very
experience to
weird.
have to go through. Um, and so I was just like, I don't want to spend all that energy trying to make these new friends, even though I did because I had to hang out with people at school and whatnot. But all the only people I hung out with in my free time was CJ and Luis online on the Xbox, you know? And so it was
Yeah.
very much a way to maintain social interactions between me and my friends. And then as I became an adult and I started making money, and it was a lot easier to, and I enjoyed spending time with them in person more. That was kind of the goal I'm going with, you know? So gaming kind of like lost all of its gusto for me, and so now it's purely a competitive experience for me, and I don't really ever have fun in games anymore because like competitive thing's the only thing that keeps me wanting to go. And so it's just like I'll go days not playing games and be absolutely fine with it now after being addicted to it for most of my life, you know?
Oh yeah. There were some times where I sit at my desk and I go, I don't want to play a game. I just want to watch a movie or I want to watch YouTube and stuff. Even while I do play video games, I have something on the side to kind of look at and listen to,
Yeah.
just to throw it up there. Like especially for me when it comes to like Warframe, a game that doesn't really, you don't really have to be too focused on. You can just throw up something on the second monitor and just like watch something.
Yeah, they're mean it especially now that I've kind of moved to LA now and I'm a little bit farther from you guys. Um it's become a way to still have those social interactions because before I was seeing people like when I was living near you guys, I was seeing people a lot more than I am now. And so I've kind of gone back to it becoming a social interaction thing. So I'm playing them a lot more now than I would have been when I was living in La Mirada. But yeah, it's just they just don't hit the same as they used to. I don't ever play single player games anymore. Like that was never really my jam to begin with. But I used to play a lot of like single player games in a party with CJ just talking to him. And so, like I used to enjoy playing those games when that's how it kind of was, but now I just don't even play them at all cuz I don't know.
I just play single player games when no one's around. If it's a game that like we all are gonna play, then yeah, I'll jump on. But for the majority of the time, like I feel like I feel like I'm losing my competitive side as I'm getting older because I'm looking at Apex has been the ground up a game that I have been playing competitively. I started playing back when it first released, and then ranking up, getting up, all that stuff. I was pretty scary back in the day with this game, and now I play the game, and it's like, well, there's a lot of people who are better than me, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm like 20. I feel like I'm getting senile to the gaming world, so I'm like, I don't really care too much about this. There's obviously some moments where yes, I am competitive. Yes, I am like driving myself to play better, but it just burns you out completely. it burns me out completely because at the same time, like, yeah, we're playing these competitive games, but I don't want to be competitive right now. I want to just play something to relax.
Okay. So you're kind of the opposite of me on that. You're playing them now to relax. I only play them now competitively, you know.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having that competitive drive. It's just for me, it's some days where it's just like if I'm having a bad time and I'm having a bad day, I come down. I don't want to play competitive games. I kind of just want to play something and get through the night or something. So I'll hop on and play like I don't know the newest Halo Infinite, which is open world, and I'll just go there and I'll just fuck around with the environment. But I'm not saying that competitive drive is gone. I'm saying that there are some days where I do not feel like playing competitive, and I feel okay. In my opinion, I think the esports world has kind of ruined games. In my opinion, because you have so many people thriving to try and get to those pros, but you know, what about the casual players? They don't really care about where they end up. They just want to play the game. So for me, I'm somewhat between casual and competitive. Some days I don't want to be competitive. I want to play casually, but then you end up getting squashed by people who are thriving to become the best at the game, and it's just like this really isn't an experience for me.
I I can't really say that it's ruined the video game experience as opposed to the video game experience is now on a different highway and you just didn't take that turn with it. It's not the same environment that you were able to have before. You have to kind of just accept that it's different now.
If I was younger, I would probably hard right turn into that sort of genre of how people play, but since I'm a little bit older, I kind of, my prime in gaming was probably back in like, I don't know, early teens, early 20s, but now it's like I have a job now. I have to focus on other things than this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there are times where it's like I don't really feel like focusing on being an adult and I just want to play a game. But as you get older, guys, you're gonna find out that it's gonna hit you hard and it's gonna, you're not gonna have the time to do your things. You know,
Yeah, growing up is
growing up sucks. Yeah. So if you're one of those people that are thriving to get into being the pros and all that, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just gonna say keep going. My time has passed. Your time is up. Get going up there. You have a long way to ladder to go.
yeah, dude, it's become oversaturated most definitely.
It has, especially what the fuck Apex, especially with Apex because back in the day, I you know you probably remember we would win a lot back in the day, but now it's like we are struggling to even get one single win. We get one win and we're thrown into the pros lobbies, and it's like, bro, we won one game. Can we just like chill out?
Yeah, it can be really disheartening to constantly drop in and die.
Yeah, so like for me, I'm getting a little bit older. So as you get older, you're finding more that single player games are probably the best. You know, back in the day, multiplayer games with a hot shit. Now I think as you get older, single player games are probably the best. As you get older, I'm going to say that over and over and over again.
I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna
hell, you
continue
can.
to say it
Yes,
in a different way.
yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to get that point across. As you get older, guys, you are going to love the single player games.
Dude, I still feel like I can keep up with the best of them.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, no. I still have moments in Apex where I kill someone, and I have my moments where I talk shit to them. I think I had a moment recently where I was like, I won a 3v1. I'm like, what the fuck? Am I still winning these shit?
Yeah, dude. I mean, you never forget how to ride a bike.
I did. I forgot how to ride a bike, but that's because I haven't rode a bike in so long.
But then you remembered how to ride a bike.
I don't think I even rode a bike.
You've never ridden a bike before.
I've ridden a bike, but that was like way back in the day. Like,
I can get on a bike right now and ride a bike, and I haven't ridden a bike in probably a decade.
see, I can get on a bike, but the problem is getting is like riding the bike and crashing into something.
You gotta just get back up and get back on the bike.
Yeah, but then I look at my leg and it's broken.
What do you What do you mean?
I'm a fragile person.
I don't think you are, dude.
Look at my toe.
That doesn't mean your body was creating extra armor inside of you, dude.
Yes, extra armor that was digging into my skin.
Sure, it could like infect your toe probably and kill you, but it's extra armor, dude.
Yeah, that toe is protected.
You got a turtle toe.
I got a
Are you still wearing the boot, dude?
No, I'm allowed to walk around the house without it, but if I go outside, yeah, I gotta wear the boot.
You still have the bandage on there?
Not the original bandage. I have a new bandage on it. Every time I shower, I gotta clean it and then put Neosporin on it, and then wrap it up nice and tightly to make sure nothing gets in there.
Yucky, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. This experience with getting this one removed was not pleasant, because they numbed my foot and I still felt everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, I felt
Like
so
the pain of it or just the feeling of it?
both.
Ooh.
Like, I felt the doctor was not pleasant. He yanked that bitch out.
Surgery sucks, dude.
Oh, when you're awake, guys, do not be awake when you're in surgery. Always offer to go into a sleep, because you do not want to be awake. Unless like they really, really do really, really hard anesthesia to the point where you don't feel anything, but you're awake.
Dude, my dad said that he felt everything about his open heart surgery.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Did he like scream or yell, or was he just
no?
like?
He was out, but he could feel it all, and he could like hear people talking. Is what he said.
Oh, god damn! I feel like you should have been put into like a very, very deep anesthesia sleep for that, especially for open heart surgery.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Wait. So, if I may ask, and I can edit this out if you want me to, they did open heart surgery on him, correct?
Okay.
Did he like, at some point during that, did they like cut into it, and did he like pass?
Yeah, he was dead for a while.
Oh shit! Did he see anything while he was in that state?
I don't know. I don't know if I asked him if he did. I think I did, and then he was like, "I'll tell you later" or something like that. Or he said, I don't remember what he said exactly when I asked him that question, but that was a question I asked.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, he was dead for a bit. Can you imagine?
No, I can't. I actually want to know like what. It's been a very, very like big topic of what happens when we die, and it's like your dad, he's still alive, but he did kind of die for like a few seconds.
I think a few minutes.
A few minutes, and
I think so.
I want to know what he saw in that, because did he see I want to know if he saw a light, because
I wonder if you would get along with my dad.
I don't know. I try to get along with everyone.
My dad is, and this is one thing that I will sing his praises of. My dad is one of the most charismatic people I know.
Can't say the same about my dad.
Like he's very nice and funny to everybody, and then but when you get into to his family, his direct family, things change a little bit. But he's very nice, he's very funny, always gets along with everybody and makes everyone feel like a friend really fast, He's had that skill. It helped me develop my skills of being able to interact with people too.
Yeah, I'm not like that. Mine was just a lot of yelling.
So. Yeah, it's it's crazy how different um the childhoods could be, and both of them still be kind of fucked up, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Like me and you had completely different upbringings, but we still both got just fucking mollywopped.
We got mollywopped hard.
And
But
we're two completely different people, but look at us, we're friends, dude.
exactly. Exactly. You can be friends with the opposite person. Don't fuck with them.
Because I know for a fact we can both grind each other's gears very easily.
I have a good habit of doing that.
Oh yeah.
I have a good habit of grinding people's gears. The people that I know in generally, like if I know we're comfortable in grinding people and doing that, but like I wouldn't do that to Robert. I would probably do it in a little bit, but I wouldn't like do it like fully like how I do it with you, to the point where you get like mad, and I'm like, I don't know how to deal with that.
I think that you have trust that even though I'm not a violent person, obviously. I'm not saying Robert is, but I think you have that trust that even if I do get upset, I'm just going to call you like the worst names that I can think of, and then that's kind of it, and then we're good after that, you know?
You want to tell you want to tell the guys what you call me?
Oh, well, I mean, my favorite one is calling you a little pig bitch.
I forgot about pig bitch.
I like to call you fat little pig bitch, dude. That one's really fun.
Guys, if you ever watch my streams and you hear him calling me that, then that's when you know I've gotten to his nerves. When he starts calling me a little pig bitch is when he's just like,
I like to say absolutely absurd things that make no sense, but that just sound terrible. It's so funny to me, and there's generally no ill intent or harm behind anything I say. It's funny to say stupid and ridiculous shit.
absolutely. It is fun. I like calling people a ham sandwich sometimes. I think I even called someone on.
I think I've called you 100 different iterations of your name.
Oh yeah, you have. You call me Kabing Bong.
Yep, dude. Kaboing boing. Could barely be legal teens in your area.
Let's not.
What?
Oh
Oh my gosh.
wow, dude.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Kabible
Wow.
for that one, huh?
You're gonna need to talk to Kebab for that. I was trying to go with God for something there, but I couldn't do it.
I get to eat a kebab.
Yeah, you can eat a kebab. Wait, no, you can't. After what you just said, Mister, you need to apologize to the guys right
I
there.
didn't say anything.
You need to look at. Okay, well, I guess who's editing this? Guess who's editing this? Yeah, right, I'll take it out.
I don't care what you do, dude. I'm not afraid of anything. Cancel me, dude. I'm afraid.
Hold on.
I'm afraid of a couple things our friends have inside of their photo galleries. I won't lie.
We
There
have
was some fear behind those pictures.
Oh no, yeah, we have a lot of blackmail.
Yeah, dude.
They have
You
blackmail
guys
on
can
us.
fucking end 10 of my careers. I'm going to be 100% honest.
Okay, guys, hold up. To clarify context, we have a lot of old stuff that we found from I think like 2016 through 2019.
Everyone knows how out of pocket group chats can get, okay? And let's just say that my friends take to screenshotting when I'm a little bit out of pocket. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, my life is in their hands.
Yeah,
I can definitely get fired.
Yeah, same as he. This podcast, if we ever fuck with them in the wrong way, they can just
we're going to have to
demolish
give
us.
them protection money.
Oh yeah, no, they're getting. They might get the podcast money if this thing blows up. We might have to pay for that.
We're gonna have to pay them a percentage just to ensure that our livelihoods are okay.
Well, you know what? I think we just we go back and we dig up their stuff. How about that? I'm pretty sure they have done something vile.
Well, like, I say some. I don't. Maybe CJ. CJ, I think I could definitely get an arsenal on. You know, Joe just talks in animal pictures. So there's nothing we can do there, dude.
Yeah, I'm surprised Joe even saved all those pictures. I'm even surprised that I don't even know what she's saying.
Vanessa had the fucking.
Vanessa had the weird.
We had the
stuff.
gasoline, dude.
Yeah, she had the gasoline, and she's like, "Fuck with me, and I will leak this shit."
I think I owe her my firstborn child, like as sacrifice, with how much dirt she has on me.
God damn, I don't think I really have that much dirt on me. I think the only thing that I can probably say is that one night you guys blew up my phone so much, and I had to get up for work at like 6 a.m.
You've said, I'm not gonna say it.
No, I'm gonna own up to it. I'm gonna say I said some vile, stupid shit.
Yeah.
Stuff that I look back now and I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah.
I would probably go back in time with a baseball bat and just like, hey.
Don't bring up baseball bats around me, sir.
What? I'm talking about going back in time.
Dude, if you don't understand that reference.
No, you'll tell me it after.
Okay.
You will tell me after.
Yes.
I'm just saying I'm bringing. I'm just saying
that information doesn't need to be out on the internet.
True, but I'm saying I would bring a baseball bat to my younger self and be like, "The fuck are you saying?"
Me too.
I wouldn't kill myself and be like, "Delete it." Holding a baseball bat to my head, delete it now.
Oh my gosh!
Don't do this.
No, yeah, past you was worse.
Oh no, past me was a lot worse. And that was because I was living in a very, very hostile household.
You were lashing out, dude, like the little gamer you are.
I was mad. I was mad because we kept losing.
So you said all your gamer words.
I will not admit that.
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
You know what? I'm gonna speak to my lawyer after this and be like, can we post
you have
this?
A lawyer? You seem like a guy that would have a lawyer.
I have a lawyer.
You have a lawyer?
I do. It's Vanessa.
Vanessa's your lawyer?
Yep, and she has a black.
You chose the most autistic one of us to be your lawyer?
I mean, I am also very, very autistic as well. So us autistic people, we gotta stick together.
That's fair, dude. You chose someone you could relate to, and I respect.
We gotta stick together. It's a hard environment out here.
I just got Joe, dude. So I just have a little rat in a suit.
Oh, you got fucked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set up rat traps at the courthouse.
He's just gonna say, Judge, I would like to show you this new bit of evidence, and it's just gonna be a picture of an animal.
Photoshop with his face on it.
It's just gonna be. He's just gonna show animal memes to the judge, dude, and that's how I'm gonna lose every case. I'm gonna keep hiring him, because goddamn, do I respect it.
You're gonna lose every case. God forbid if you get a slander case. What are you gonna do then?
Slander case? Why would I get a slander? Who am I slandering? I'm gonna slander you. KABOOM beats dogs.
My dog's dead.
You beat it to death.
No.
You kicked that little shit in.
No, don't say that. Okay, guys, my dog passed away last year, and he had a lot of health problems.
KABOOM's foot. He stomped the fuck out of his dog.
Lucky dude. Stop slattering me in front of these people.
And he beats babies.
I will not deny nor admit that.
And he fucks his car.
I mean, I'm sleeping in it, so yeah.
Why are you sleeping in your car?
There are some days where I work really, really late, so.
You just sleep in your car?
Well, okay, so the whole car sleeping thing was back when I was working at this job. I'm still working there, but the first time was the hours were kind of weird. So I had to go in at 11 and I get off at 2, but then I had to go back at 6 and then I had to get off at 10. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to bring a lunch, eat it in the car, and then just like take like, I don't know, like a 2-hour nap, wake up, go back to work.
Dude, when I worked at the gas station, it was so underemployed that I had to do that as well, where my my manager needed a day off or whatever, and so I worked 2 to 10, and then I had to immediately fall asleep when I get home to get enough sleep because I had to go in at like 5 6 a.m.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, dude, that shit was disgusting. I worked 16 hours straight. That was the first time I ever did that.
You got a pretty big paycheck, I hope, for that.
I made actually it was good that they were understaffed because me and my sister, that was the first time we moved out on our own, and I was having to pay like $1,000 a month for this apartment, and so I needed the money, and that was just my half of it. I could not buy food after that though.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
but it was an eye-opening experience. I definitely had to adult up. And look at
100%.
me now,
We all
dude.
have to adult. We all have to adult up. You know.
You have to at some point.
It's gonna smack
Hey,
you in the face.
I did pretty good.
Honestly, to see where you're at, yeah, you did do a lot of coming up.
I used to be fucking no job Mo over here, dude. No job Andy.
I remember that phase of you.
Yeah, dude. Always. Shouts out to everybody who supported me at that time. It was a time.
You were streaming a lot, I think, at that time, and
Yeah, I was doing that just to do something.
True. I do it for we all do streaming as a hobby in this group.
KABOOM definitely streams the most, and
I'm-
second.
I'm looking at the recording time. We have almost hit the 2 hour mark. Do we want to just hit the 2 hour mark and then stop it? Cut it from there?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. And then we could edit it down to the actual good parts into about an hour.
You can find me at KABOOM GG. The O's are zeros and the G's are under caps at twitch.com.
Okay. Yeah, you could find me at twitch.tv/tired_Joey. It's also tired_Joey on Instagram and Twitter.
What about your TikToks? You have TikToks. Don't forget them.
I would think it'd be the same. Probably just Tired Joey with a space for my TikTok.
Yeah. It's all the same. So, yeah, we're going to end it here, guys. You guys, anyone who's watching this, y'all have a good, fantastic day.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening and have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.